Okay, when starting the solve of this, we predefined what our corners are and what our centers are going to be. Seems kind of artificial, I know, but it actually does work if you look at it like that. So I'm going to define this as a center, and I'm going to reduce it much the way we reduced this center. And what I did is I started off with these around here, the inner layer, then I did the outer layer. So let's see how easy that is to do. I'm going to find a green slab over here, so bang, that's here. Okay, next I'm going to find the yellow, but I'm going to combine the yellow with the yellow and green. Orange rather, with the orange and green. So here's an orange. So that's good, that can come into here. But where's our orange and green? Because I'd like to put that over here. But the orange and green that we're going to look for, is this the right orange and green? And I'm going to say no. Yeah, actually I think I do like that. So let's move this out. Where'd you go? So it's right over here. Let's move this out from here. And let's find the orange that it can come into. So here's an orange slab over here that maybe we can use. And let's move this orange to here. So turn. Move this orange and green in like so. Okay, so now this is assembled. Move the orange and green. So now we have these that are in. So now we're going to put these guys in here. Okay, so we want to get the yellow slab in here and match that up with the yellow and green and yellow and orange. So let's find a yellow. Okay, so here's a couple of yellows here. This can come into here. What I'm looking for is, let's look for the yellow and green, which is right here. Now is this the right yellow and green? Let's be absolutely sure before we commit. And it is. Ooh, and we also have this over here. Okay. So let's move this slab out of the way. Let's bring this up and start moving in all of those yellows. Actually move this over to here. Move this to here. This yellow and green will easily come down to here. And now here's the yellow and orange. And I'm going to have to move this like so. And the yellow and orange will pop into here. Okay? Move this in. Alright, so just by positioning, we've got this over here. Now we're going to fill these guys in. So let's find the green here. So we've got that here. That's just to hold my place. I'm going to move this in, and let's see if we can't put a green one in from here. If I can, I'd like to not destroy this. So let's find some greens. There's a green one right here. Let's find a green one for this side. Anything here at all? Well, there's a green one here. I gotta be careful because I don't want to take this center out. Alright, so here's a green. Move it in, and this is in. Okay? So now I'm just going to move this in. So I've got these. So I'm going to start filling this in. What I'm looking for is the orange, an orange tab over here, and an orange and green. So the orange is going to come in through here. Here's an orange. That'll work well. Okay, but before I do that, let's move an orange tab in through this area here. So I'm going to move this like so, and find an orange tab that can move in through here. You know, this is already in, so maybe I don't need to. Maybe this will fit the bill. Matching it up, we can see that that's pretty good. Okay. What I'm also going to want to get is another orange slot over here. And that can come from anywhere. For instance, here. Okay. Move this in, which is good. Now I did knock this out, so let's bat this out of the way. And move this back. Okay. Oh, did I bat this orange one out? Let me see, I might have. Let me refresh my memory in terms of what I'm doing. Okay, so that's good here. Let's move another orange one in. Let's move it from this side now. Okay, this will be a good workstation. Any oranges that I can use? Maybe this guy here, if I turn him just right. Yep, okay, very good. Okay, next what I'm gonna apply, this is gonna come into here like so, and I want to put an orange and green in. And it's the only remaining orange and green. So it's gonna come in through here if I can. Orange and green, where are you, orange and green? Oh, thought I had it. Oh, it's right here. Okay. So let's move this orange and green out. Let's move it to this center over here, this side over here. Okay, now that I have that, I can wheel this around in this position. Huh. Doesn't seem to like that particular position. Unless I move it here. Nope, you can see this is upside down, so it's not the correct orange and green. There must be another orange and green. Nope, it's got to be the right orange and green. Which makes me question if this is in the right place. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah, this is right. And actually these two are, so this is right, it just somehow got skewed there. Okay. Move this to the bottom. Bring this out like that. Or better yet, bring it into this spot here. Even further, it's not going, that's going to do it anyway. Okay, so what I'm going to have to do is move this like so. Move this into here, and now I can pop it into here. Okay, let's just make sure we have this the way that we want it. Move it into here, and you can see this is good. Okay, so we've got this reduced. Now we're just going to move these guys in. So yellow. Now it takes a little bit of familiarizing yourself with it, but once you get the hang of it, it goes pretty well. So we've got this yellow. So this one can serve. So it's going to come in through here. What I'm going to get, I'm going to get the other yellow. And I'm looking for the yellow and green and yellow and orange. Okay, so my workspace is going to be along in here, which won't interfere with this. So any yellows that happen to be lined up, just going to move it down here. Nope. And I don't see any over here, and I don't see any, I do see some over here. So these are non-overlapping centers here. So move this over here, pop it in, okay? Perfect. Okay, now I'm looking for the yellow and green, which is going to go here. So let's keep this in our workspace here. So yellow and green, anything along it, aha, right here. Boom, so this is in. Let's move it to our workspace here. Now I'm looking for the yellow and orange. Any along in here. They should be setting themselves up pretty nicely. Here's the yellow and orange here. It's a non-overlapping center, so I'm free to move this any way I want. Okay, not like that, but I think probably like this. Okay. Alright, so now all these are reduced. You just put them in and boom. Okay, so this represents a reduced center. The next one that we're going to do is let's go ahead and move and reduce this one. We're going to reduce this one pretty much pretty much the same way. We start off with a green. Now we're going to put in, say, the red one with the red and green. This will be my workspace. These centers don't overlap, so I'm free to turn any of these guys. And here's the thing about this, which is why they're centers. Every piece that I want is going to be in these areas now. Now that I've got this coordinated and I've got a centerpiece to sort of tell me where things go. Okay, so I'm looking for a red. And it's going to be here somewhere. So here's the red one over here. So let's kind of move that out. And what I'm looking for is a red and green. Now this is red and green over here, and you can see it's not the right one. So I'm going to keep this in the workspace. And let's find the real red and green. Is it in the center? And well, here's a red and green. So what if I go like this? Pop it into here. Okay, so that's it. Perfect. Now I'm looking for the white. No white here, but there is a white here, and I'm looking. Whoops. And I'm looking for the white and red. Well, the white and red, and then the white and green. So here's a white and red. This is already in. Now I just need to find the white and green. It's not here. The white and green is here, so we'll simply move this in position over here. These guys are in. Turn it. Bring it up. And now this central portion is reduced. Let's go back to our green. I'm going to get green and move both greens in here. So they're going to be along these sides somewhere here. Here it is. So I just have to move a green one in. Okay, this green will end up here by turning this like so. Now I'm going to move it in. But I took this out, so I've got to move it out of the way and bring it back. Okay, so we need to move this green one in, and I like this workstation here. So the green is going to be around here somewhere. It has no choice. It's actually in this layer. It's right here. So we're going to take this over here. I'm going to move it out. Turn this in position. Turn this in position. And move it back. Now by moving it back, we took this out. So bump this out of the way here. And move this back. Okay. All these greens are in. So I'm going to move this in over here. Okay. We're going to put this in our workspace. And now we're going to start getting these terminal areas here. So what I'm looking for is here's a red. Let's move it out of the way. And let's move these reds in. So I'm going to turn to the side because this is a workspace in conjunction with this center over here. Here's a bunch of reds. Easiest thing in the world. Move it in. But now I got to get this back. So move it in. Bump it out of the way. And we move this part back. Okay, the other red is here, so this is getting easier and easier. Move this in, bump it out of the way, but I got to be careful. I have to bump it out of the way over here, and now I can move this side back. Okay, fair enough. We can see this is already needed, and this is going to go where this one is. Okay, you can see it doesn't line up here, so we're going to move this out of the way. We're going to turn this where it's going to need to be over here. Then we're going to turn this where it needs to be. And then pop it in. So now with that done, I'm going to move this over here and place it. Again, no algorithms, just follow what I'm doing. So all these are in. And now for the final reduction, as long as I keep it here within this workspace, I'm not going to disrupt this. And this side will not overlap here because it's also a center. As long as I'm dealing with my centers, these centers don't overlap, so you can sort of visualize what's happening. So where's the white? The white is right over here. I might as well put the other white corners in. Well, you know what? Here is a white here. Maybe I'm going to use that because all that's already in, and I have the white and red here. So let's line this up and see what it looks like. It looks like this, so it really just needs the white and green. So where are you, white and green? It's got to be in these sides here somewhere. So you're seeing I'm doing a lot less searching around. Here's a white and green, right where it needs to be. Okay? So you can see it's not in the right place. Move it to another center. Move it back like this. And now we can place it in. Move this in place. And just like that, two centers are now reduced. Boom. Okay, now comes what might seem to be a little more of a challenge. These two centers, the final two. So you know I had to do a little bit of strategizing to put the final two centers over here. We don't need to do that. We can use algorithms. And these algorithms are going to be easier to visualize. Okay, so here's what I'd recommend doing. I would recommend getting these in first. And the reason for that is because remember in this puzzle, this part of the center and this part of the center, these two were the hardest to get in. These could be sliding U-ed. These we can put in by algorithms. And actually these, if we can't do sliding U, we can do by algorithms as well. Well, actually no. These would just be doing sliding U. These I had to place in, these I just placed in conjunction with these guys over here. But what I'm going to be doing is algorithms, but let's first get these guys in over here. And here's how that's going to work. Now, what I'm about to do is how we used to do this all along this puzzle, and it took a long time. I don't think this is going to take as long. So this is in, and the way this algorithm is going to work is we can first start off by placement between these two centers. So this is in, we like that. This is in, right over here. This is not in. Okay. On this side, this is not in. This is not in. This belongs here but is not in. This belongs here but is not in. And this belongs over here. The way this algorithm works is, remember when we did the what's called the master Skewb, we had an algorithm that caused this edge to come here, this to come here, and this to come over here. Well, if we wanted to move these inner ones here, what would happen is that you move this whole edge in, and you go up, and then after that you go down, down, up, and then down and down, up, up. We're going to do the same thing, but we're going to be moving the middle areas where you want these small edges to be. So let's say I want to move this guy in, this blue and red. I want this to go here. Well, basically I want it to go here. So let's move this into this spot, and what will happen is this inner one here will go to here. This will go to here, and this will go to here. So that will place this red and blue to here. This will slide to here, and this will come over to here. All right, so we're going to do that first because we're going to start putting these guys in. So what you're going to do is you're going to move the inner area here. So we're going to go down, and then we're going to go down, down, up, and the same inner one over here, then up, and then down, up, up. It won't do anything to the centers that we got. But what happened is that what was here now came to here and slid into place. This went to here, and this went to here. So now what we're going to do is let's get this red and yellow one in place, and that's going to be here. So we're going to move this to here. So this red and yellow will be here. This blue and yellow will come to here. Now the problem is we don't want to move this out. We don't want that to participate. So if I move this here, I'll have to do the algorithm twice. 1, 2, but that's okay because this is going to end up here. 1, 2, and this will end up 1, 2 to be here with the white and orange. So down, 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 up, and then up, down, hello, up, up. Now one more, we'll take this blue and yellow and nicely move it to here. This red and yellow will find a nice home here, and this orange and white will be loving it over here. So we're going to go down, 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 up, and then up, down, up, up. And it's as simple as that. And the fact that you're just having these centers to deal with means you're not doing any deconstruction or reconstruction. All you're doing is twisting this. You're not affecting the solve of this at all. You're just twisting these two centers. So instead of doing a lot of deconstruction and reconstruction. Now when we do this final layer here, it's exactly the same algorithm, but instead of moving it down from this layer, you move it down from this layer, but it's exactly the same. So let's kind of see where we're at right now. None of these are in. And none of these are in. Okay, so let's say we're looking for the blue and yellow. Is it over here? It's not, which means it's in this layer. So if I move this over here, this algorithm will put this to here. This blue and orange wants to go over to here. So let's move this up. So this, all the way down here, will come to the terminal wedge over here. This will come to here, and this will come to here. And what I like about that is that this will be in over here. This blue and red will be in over here, and this will slide over here. So I'm actually going to solve a good number here. So we're going to go down from this end, same down, down, up, up over here, down, down, up. It's not down, down, up, up, it's just down, down, up. Then we move it back and reverse it with down, up, up. Okay, so what happened? Well, now this is in, as you can see, and this is in. Perfect. The only thing that's left is this. So I'm going to move it over here, because this is the one where only one is going to be affected. This white and blue wants to go here. This orange and white wants to go here, and this red and yellow wants to go here. So we're going to move that in now. So it's going to be down, 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 up, and up, down, up, up. Okay, so you can see all these guys are now in. Okay, where that leaves us next is we want to move these guys in, and that's going to be sliding U. So we have to visualize what we're talking about. Now with these, if I look at these as centers, if I move this in, this is a middle piece here. If I turn this center here, it becomes an end piece, right? End slice. So middle here, close to the center, then further from the center. Ooh, feel the ship turning around. Okay, so what needs to go here? A yellow. Is the yellow here? The yellow is here. Now understand what's going to happen. This will go into here, and then this will end up here, and this will end up here. Just by doing that sliding U technique, which is nice, because it's where they need to be. So we're going to move it in from the middle here. Whoop. Yeah, so this needs to be a yellow. I'll have to turn it here to make that happen. Oh, it would appear that this yellow piece is not going to come in that way. So it's not going to be a clean swap. It's actually this yellow that comes in. And this is the only other yellow. This yellow actually belongs here. It's going to come into here. So this will come into here. And then when I move it, it's going to take this spot to exchange with this. So this will go here, this will go here, and this will go here. So same effect. So move it in over here in the middle, at the end rather. Slide it over here so that we're in a middle layer, and then go down. Slide it back. Move this terminal one back up. Slide it back over here, and move this middle one back up over here. Move it back and we can see what we did. This is now in, this is now in, and this is now in. So we did no horrible things over here. Okay, let's see what else we have. This is gonna move in from here, so let's see what else we've got. How about this blue? Well, we've got a couple blues to choose from on this side. So this will come into here, which will then exchange with this. So this will go here, this will go here, and this will go here. So we won't be moving too many in. Actually, no, I take that back. This is going to participate, because if you can imagine, if I move this in here, which is great, then when I make the turn, it's going to come here and exchange with whatever piece is going to participate, which is this. And we don't want to move that out. So let's not do that. This is already in. So let's move this down over here and see what we can do here. Well, this blue will come here, this red will come here, and this blue will come back here. So I'll just be doing a nice little even exchange. So this blue will come in here from the middle center area, turn it over here. This will come over to here. From that layer, move it back, move this middle layer back in, move this back down, this middle layer comes back up over here. If I move this back, you can see the full extent of what we did. These are all in, and I didn't really mess things up here. Okay, how about this red? What happens if I work on it from here? This red one will come to here. Okay, so let's move this red one in here, slide it down here, move this one down, slide this back, move it up, slide this back here, and move this up. Okay, so let's see what we've got. Sometimes it's just a matter of repositioning things. Okay, let's move this blue into here from the end. Go to the middle here, move this like so, move it back. Now we move this up, move this back over here, and we move this up. Okay, so far all these are in except for this white one. Oh, okay, this will be participating. So this can go here, this can go here, and this can go here. So what exactly needs to happen? Well, this can go here to the blue. This can go here to the blue, and this can go here to the orange. So if I move this down to the blue, that's good. At the terminal layer, move this to the more middle layer. This can go over here, which makes this participate. Now get it back, move this back here. This can come back here. This goes back up, turn this to the middle area where that's in line, and this comes back over here. Okay, in that way, these are in, and these are in. So, there's less construction and deconstruction. You just have to understand the 3 cycle by doing that sliding U technique. And you can just visualize if this is going to go down, if this is going to go down to here, then you can visualize that this is going to turn over here in this layer, which means it's going to line up with this. So this would go to here, this would go to here, and this would go to here. If we're going to move it in from here, this would go to here, and this would, you're going to be turning it back up to here, where this will line up with this piece here. So you can sort of see where they go. Okay. Okay, so all these guys are in. Now I have to move these in, and this is done the same way with the master Skewb, but it's going to be super easy. First we're going to move these in, and this will go here, this will go here, and this will go here. So what needs to happen? Well, this blue needs to go to here, and this red will go here, and this white will go here. So that doesn't really help us in a whole lot of ways. Let's move it like this. And let's move this blue one in here. So in that way, this blue will go here, this yellow will go here, and this blue will come back to here. So the way this is going to work is we're going to go up, then down, down, up, and then down, and down, up, up. Didn't harm any of these, but it did place these guys in. Okay, so now we do the rest. Let's take this yellow. This yellow will come into here. This white will come to here. This blue will come over to here. So it's going to be up, down, down, up, and down, down, up, up. Okay, so all but one is out. All but one is out. Now notice this is not different from the algorithms that we used on the previous solve. It's just it's so much easier because you're just blasting with these two, so you don't have to deconstruct the entire puzzle. Okay, so what has to happen here? Well, this blue will come here, but this red's going to end up over here, so we're not sure that we really like that. I see 2 blues over here, so what if we did this red to here, this blue here, and this blue back to here? Oop. Why don't we get that on camera? So this red will come to here, this blue will come to here, and this blue will come over to here. So with this middle layer over here, we're going to go up, down, down, up, down, down, up, up. Okay, so now we just do the terminal layer here. Turns out there's just one. So let's just start moving them in. Okay, this yellow will go here. This red will go here, and this blue will go here. We're in the same situation that we had before. So why don't we move it like this? This orange, if I do it twice, will end up here. This will end up here, and this will end up here. So now we're going to do the terminal layer here. This will exchange with this. This will go to here, and this will go to here. So up, same algorithm. Down. Oops. Okay. Up, down, down, up, down, down. Ooh. Up, up. Okay, one more. This red will go here. This orange, yellow will go here. This blue will go here. That's going to be up, down, down, up, and down, down, up, up. Oh, I might have miscalculated. I think I probably did. But that's okay. Not sure how I did that. But I did. This white will go here, so I'm exchanging all these blues. So up, down, down, up, down, down, up, up. Okay, so now you can see all of our centers are reduced. And honestly, it didn't take that much more effort than with this. I just had to use algorithms. One was a sliding U technique. The other was an edge algorithm, which was an offshoot of what we had with the master Skewb. And the other is just these center exchanging techniques too, which is also similar to that algorithm. We just had to separate the different layers. So now what we do is we simply do reduction, edge reduction. So this green is going to be reduced from this area here. So being aware of how we're moving the puzzle, this green will go here. It's going to find a red from this side, so let's find a red center. Not over there. The red center is here, so that's not going to work so good. We're just going to use any one of them. So it's going to be down, and then, oops, down, down, up, up, and then back. Okay, so I got this green reduced. Let's go ahead and move the other blue one in. Here's a blue, here's a red. Can they finally use a red? Sure. So here's the red, but I have to turn it upside down because it's going to hit this spot. So we're going to move this like so, then roll it into here. So we're going to move the blue in, moving it in, and then going down, down, up, up, and moving it back. So now these are in. I'm going to put these in first, all of these in, and then we're going to do these guys here. So now here's a white one. Whoop. I have to get the white one from the center. And where might that be? That would be right here. Okay, so let's turn. Well, this needs to come in from here. So this will come into, whoop, wrong place. Turn it like this. Okay, this will roll into here. I need to line it up with this, but this is upside down, so turn it. Basically, I've now completely committed to this being a tetrahedron. This is how I see this in my head. This is the center, these are edges, and these are our corners. So this is our triangle. This is our tetrahedron right here. The centers and edges that we're reducing right now. So down, and then down, down, up, up, and now up. So this move here is the same as this move. Down, down, up, up. So that move over here is exactly the same as this move. Okay, do I have all these in? I do. So now let's start working on the blue. Where's the terminal blue? Right here. Okay, this blue will come up to here, exchange with a white. Do I have a white center? Nope. Once again, I have an inverse, so it doesn't matter which one I use. So down, 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 up, up, and this terminal one comes up like so. Okay, let's hit the red here. Let's hit it from this side, because I'll have another inverse. So this comes over to here, match it with the yellow here on this side. So we're going to go down, 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 up, up, and then slice it back. Yellow is in. Might as well finish up the yellow while we're at it. Okay, this will come to here. We'll finish up the blue too. So it's up, down, down, up, bring it back. Okay, so the blue edge is finished, the yellow edge is finished. We got a couple more. So let's start moving the green one in, because we really don't have enough of the greens. And we'll end up finishing the red. We got to be careful about that. Well, actually we don't. This will finish up the red, which is fine. Just turn it upside down. Okay, move this in, slice it in here. Then we go down, down, up, up, slice it back. Okay, we've got most of them in. Let's start filling in the white. So this will go here. And which one do we have left? The green one. But we have to turn this upside down, because whatever is here is going to receive this. So move it in, down, down, up, up. Move this back. Okay, so now we should have 3 left. If not, we'd have to make a sacrificial lamb here. So this goes into here. Find the orange, which is here. Turn this upside down by moving it twice here, and then wheeling it back up over here. Then move it up with this slice, then down, down, up, up, and placing it back. Okay, so now what we have is a completely reduced tetrahedron. So we have to define where our corners are. We've already defined that. So here's one corner. Let's match it up with the proper corner of the same color, which is here. So let's wheel this in like so, wheel this in like so. So these are in. This has to match up, so I'm going to wheel this in until we get the white. So good, 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 and good. So this is our first side of the tetrahedron. This is equivalent to this side over here, if you can visualize it. Okay, so what we need to do next, and what we could also do is we could turn this in so that these are also lined up. Not really necessary right now, but anyway, we have to move these edges in. So this is the bottom layer, and I have to find the green edge, which is right here. So what I'm going to do is move this corner down, put this edge into place. Uh-oh. Hold the phone, hold the phone. Oh, that was a big one. That was a big one. Okay, let me repair this, because we had a whole slab come out. This is the first time that's happened with this puzzle. Where do you go? Well, I think you're going to go here. Okay, easily fixed. Let me get myself back where I was. Okay, what I was going to do is move this corner down, bring this in, move it up. Okay, so this is in. This center happens to be in. Don't worry about that, ignore it. This is already in. We have to move the white one in. So bring this corner down, move the white edge in, and bring this corner up. Okay, so you have all these corners in. Now we turn it upside down. Match this up, and you can see these corners are in. If they're not in, then you just do R, U, R, I, U, R, U, R, I. Okay, so this is a configuration that you might see, but these are all in. If you see that these aren't in, then just do that algorithm. R, U, R, I, U, R, U, R, I. It's not in yet. Do it once more. R, U, R, I. U, R, U, R, I. Okay, so all these corners are in. Now we just have to get the centers in. We're going to use that same algorithm that we were to place the centers. So, let's see. And there's no parity with this puzzle. So this red, white, and green is going to go right up here. Red, white, and green. So we're going to go 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 3. Okay, so this is in. We see what else needs to go in here. Okay, what you're going to see is that if one is in, all have to be in, because by flipping these two, it flipped these two. But notice that orientation is now an issue. Here, orientation, we didn't care. This can be rotated by any number of degrees, but it doesn't matter. Here it does. Well, there's a very simple fix to this. This needs to rotate. This whole center needs to rotate like this in order to be in where it needs to be. So when you come across a situation like this, you're going to rotate this where it needs to be, move it down here, rotate it back, and move it back up. So let's take this. The blue needs to be here, so we rotate it here, knowing that we did a clockwise rotation. And now we go ahead and flip these centers. 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 3. Okay? Now we did a clockwise rotation. We're going to do a simple counterclockwise rotation to get it back. And if you don't remember what you did, just match this corner to this corner over here. So counterclockwise, bang. And now we just flip it back. 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 3. Now, you may have to do that more than one time, because now we just have 2 that are in, 2 that are rotated wrong. So once again, this has to rotate in this direction, so we do a clockwise rotation here. Let's move it out. 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 3. Now we did a clockwise rotation to move it out, counter to move it back in, and one more should do it. It's got this nice, interesting pattern here. Anyway, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 3, and done. So there it is, and I think that will conclude our tetrahedral demonstration / tutorial. And from that, it's the most simplest of the platonic solids, or I think what we call the Jing's pyraminx, or in this case, the tetrahedral tower. These are the true twisty tetrahedral platonic solids of puzzles. The rest, things like the Skewb, I look at as simply modifications. I think by doing the solve this way, although it does take a little bit of doing and getting used to placing the centers, it's a lot less use of the algorithms, and when you use them, it's just batting from one center to the other as opposed to all around the puzzle and having to deconstruct and reconstruct it. So I think there's utility in this definition in terms of solving strategy and in terms of characterization. So with this, we see that nature oftentimes provides us a simple way of getting a perspective on things, whether they're platonic solids or they're modifications of these platonic solids or Archimedeal solids, all provide a perspective that has utility and strategic insight in terms of how to solve these puzzles. What a great time to be collecting puzzles to have so many different recommendations. What I would say is that if anybody can come up with Archimedean solids, all of them, that fulfill the criteria of turning on all sides as best they can, let me know. In the meantime, we're going to move on to other aspects of classification. Once we get all that in, shall be the video you've been waiting for. Thanks for watching.